Wow. Wow. I want everybody to just like, first of all, pat yourself on the back for the good work you've been doing. Seriously, you've been doing good work. You need to acknowledge yourself for this good work. And secondly, we've been rocking it down with Donna. Like, she has just been bringing so much amazing content. And I have to tell you, one of my very first connections with Genius U, and this feels like it's going to make me cry, was this beautiful lady we are about to have on here. She has a heart of gold and is smart as can be. I've had the pleasure to be with this beautiful woman in Vegas, and it's just a joy. Michelle, we just have to say, she's the Chief Partnership Officers, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, but she is a treasure, a treasure, a treasure. So Michelle, just say hi. I'll tell about what we're going to talk about in a minute, but just say hi. We're just so glad you're here.
Hey everybody, good to see you. Thanks, Lisa. That was an amazing introduction. I don't think, but thank you. I'm so humbled. I love you, right?
I love you too. And you really have just made such a difference to me. And I know so many people. How many of you have had the opportunity to talk to Michelle over the course of time? Yeah. I mean, is she rocking it or what? Yeah.
Thanks, Lisa. It's good to be here. It's good to see all of you guys. And I hope you've had a great day so far. So I'm super excited.
2 days. Yes. And we're so happy to have you here. Yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you.
We're taking, Michelle, what we've been doing about really connecting to being more visible, connecting to identity. And now it's time for you to really show us the ways that can move out in the world, and especially in the Genius U world, because I know for me, I've certainly met some outstanding people, part of Genius U, like becoming more visible on Genius U. It has made a giant difference in terms of what my third iteration of business has been and who I've come to be, and honestly, the people I've met. So I'm going to give you a baby example, because this is one of many. So over the course of time, I started facilitating on Genius U as I got to know everybody and working with the team and on and on. But I had one of the women who told me about a guy who lives in Atlanta, where I live, who, has a great team, and his whole team came to Genius U. So I got to meet Lynn, who's on this call, in person not too long ago, when Joe Formosa, who is the health expert with Health Dynamics. I mean, the community is so strong, so supportive, so powerful. So when you make those connections on Genius U, and it's like Michelle, I mean, I wouldn't have met her anywhere else. I mean, it's just remarkable. Donna, I mean, so what she's going to tell you today and what she's going to present for possibility for you really is important to pay attention to, because it can make a difference in your world and for you personally, because you'll meet amazing people who impact you, but also in your business. So Michelle, we're super excited what you're going to be talking about today.
Thanks, Lisa. I appreciate that. But now I have a question. I'm here. So Donna said something about a recording, but I can do the session live if you prefer. I think that might work.
If you want to. I mean, we're all set to play the video, but we're fine if you want to present it live, Miss Michelle. You just go for it.
Well, I think, Shane, I mean, I'm here, and I think it might be better, and it might be, fun to rather be live. Or Ethan, I'm not sure if he's on the team, Shazad, but it might be fun because then it's a little bit more, I'm here, and it's kind of really weird watching myself on video. So I thought, well,
Well, let me just tell you, you're beautiful on the video. You're beautiful on the video. I watched it.
Thanks. You mean you quizzed me afterwards?
That's right. That's right. I love it. I love it.
But yeah, maybe we go for it live, and
sure.
you know, it's a little bit different, and we can use the video when we need to do repeats and stuff. That could work today.
Beautiful.
So you just need to keep me on time, of course.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Sounds good.
Sorry, guys, I'm changing the schedule around.
I love it.
All right. Well, let's get started whenever anybody's ready. So Lisa, should we start?
We're ready. Yep. Go for it.
Okay. So I've got the slides for today, so I'm going to start. But the one thing, now I'm looking at myself, which is kind of random. Okay. So for me, it's really around, you know, one of the big things and the drivers in the energy in the world at the moment is community and collaboration, and about how we're bringing ourselves together and how we're actually going forward and moving into this new culture, new decades, new things like this, right? So for me, it's about finding a place or a home where the community connects with you, right? Where you connect with them and you can find these relationships. And that's exactly what Lisa was saying. And I think one of the biggest components about Genius U is being able to have access to this amazing community. And there are so many people. And I know the platform is sometimes clunky. I know it's not great. I know there's pluses and there's minuses, but the one big thing about this community is amazing. Absolutely phenomenally amazing. And so when you're looking at your business and building your identity and stuff like that, it's about choosing platforms where you resonate, when it resonates with you, with the people. And yes, you know, sometimes they aren't great and sometimes they are good, but you make these choices as you go along. And Donna and I were talking about it. I mean, we try different platforms all the time to check it out, you know. So, you know, go where your heart resonates, go where you want to build a community, and, you know, make it work for yourselves. I mean, I was speaking to Anne today also, and I know some of his tribe are here. And it's also, how do we bring this Vietnamese community together? How do we make it work for everybody? And so this is what I want to talk about today, about Genius U, using it and actually getting involved, right? Because it's your choice. You decide how you want to get yourself out there. You decide how you want to put your identity. You decide where you put your platform, right? But Genius U is not a digital marketing platform. It's not, guys. It's not a Facebook. It's not an Instagram. It's not one of those. However, it's a learning platform. So whatever you use it for, use it in the best way. And I'm going to show you today. And my first recommendation is, of course, if you want to make something work, you need to participate in it every day, right? Like, make it a habit. So, you know, when Lisa and I started doing this and learning and stuff like that, we made a concerted habit of actually going on for 15 minutes every day. And even if we connected with people, or Jeannie got us onto some kind of person to connect with, or we were learning something, or we were just investigating or answering a message, we made a difference to go on this platform every single day for 15 minutes. So give yourself a bit of a, you know, a thing, because most of us go on to Facebook, Instagram, I don't know, TikTok, everything else. We spend so much time on those things. 15 minutes is not going to take a lot of time out of your day. So that's my first recommendation before I get started. So is everybody ready? Yes? Excited?
Ready.
Okay, let's get some energy in the room, right? Okay, so this is where we're at. Let me just move my screens everywhere. So the things that we are going to be talking about today is we're going to talk about setting up your personal and company profiles on Genius U and why that's a thing to do. Adding your products onto the store, whether you have some. If you don't have some, what you should be doing, you don't have to add products. Number 3, creating a community circle. And number 4, reviews. What does it mean? Why do I need a review? Why do I want a review? That kind of stuff. So let's get going. So I think most of you guys on this course have actually logged into Genius U already, right? Pretty certain you should have if you're in the micro degree. So if you haven't, here's the link. Log on to Genius U, create a free account, because Genius U is for everyone, right? You get set up for this, and it's going to be this most amazing meta university. Roger's got big dreams for this, and the builds are coming. So be excited about it. I mean, you know, this is a good thing. So let me just make this a bit smaller, Lisa, so that I can see you, and then I can actually adjust all these other things on the top here. So when you log on to Genius U, now my screen always comes to this space, right? Because I log on to Genius U so many times in the day, right? When you come onto the first time, I'll show you where it goes. But ultimately, over here, you have a menu bar at the top where there's Connect, which has got circles, mentors, students, and companies. Learn, curriculum, events, articles. Earn, partnerships, memberships. Act, store, and opportunities. So the shopping part and the connecting up and doing stuff. And then a review button. So what you see here, this spells out clear. And what does clear mean? This is just like a way to get you to have a clear understanding of where you're going on this platform every single day. So you can scroll down like this. Here's the connect side, here's the learn stuff, here's the earn stuff, act stuff, and the review is the stuff that you've been looking at in the last couple of moments. So it gives you a whole like screen where you can look at these kind of vibes. Yeah. There's also some menu bars at the top. You can see some little orange buttons where you can get access to workshops. Here you can see there's a profiling, thought dynamics. You can scroll through here. You can do that kind of thing. So when I say come on every day for 15 minutes, go and play around and check it out. It's a good thing, you know, because there's amazing learning to be found on here. And I think as we go through this, this session today, Lisa, this is a little different from the recording, but you'll see some of the things that I loved learning about and that maybe some of you have not seen before. So I think it'll make a good difference to all of you. Anyway, so first things first, we've logged on to Genius U. Yay, right? Amazing. Now we're going to set up our personal and our company profiles. So let me just stop sharing for a second. Is this pace okay for everybody? Am I speaking too fast? Must I slow down? Is it okay? Yeah.
Seems like a great pace. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fabulous. Let's move on. Okay. So you have my slides already, and this is really what we're going to do first. So why do we want to set up a profile? Well, guys, it's the same as any platform, right? If somebody can't see your face and they don't know who you are, and you've got this blank thing, it's very difficult to make a connection, right? So it's pretty logical, right? What you want to be doing is you want to be having your face out there. Yeah. So everything when you're building your identity, it's about, you know, you guys have talked about this for the whole morning, I think, or whole morning in your time, afternoon, evening in my time, I don't know, whatever time zone that you're in. But the point is that if people cannot see a face, right, or something, they don't want to connect because they don't know enough. It's almost like a lack of trust. So you want to have a nice picture with a smiling face, possibly showing your teeth if you've got great teeth, because that apparently gives you more views and stuff, but who knows? So ultimately, the very first thing is you can see on the right-hand side here of your screen. Now you guys can do this at the same time while I'm doing it. You see your name with a whole bunch of diamonds. And then you see, like, if you haven't got a picture, it's a round circle, right? But if you have got one, you can see mine is over here with the red dots. I have lots more dots than you guys, most of you. But next to it, there's a little arrow. And if you click on it or hover over it, it shows you a menu. Yeah, profile, dashboard, messages, friend requests, notifications, your stream, homepage, settings, and you can log out. So very first thing is you click on profile here, or you can just click on your name like that, right? So it comes through to you. Boom. Yes. So this is me. Now, when you come to this side, it's actually pretty simple. It's a little edit function over here. You click on it. Now, most of the spaces where we're going to be putting information in today, it's just a surface front where you can put stuff for the back end, like your web pages and information, but it's just a filling in of information. So take the time and do it, because this is what people look for when they're actually checking you out. And as a secret, you know, Lisa thinks, I think she knows already, but what we do on Wednesdays on our intercompany calls is we highlight some of our customers. So we're always looking for customers that have success stories. And if you don't have a picture, it's really, really difficult to highlight you in front of our team, right? So put your picture in. It's a good thing. So yeah, you've got your name, your email address, what kind of entrepreneur you are. You know, you can say I'm an apprentice or I'm a startup, whatever it is. You just click on the relevant button, you put some details in, you put your Twitter, your Facebook, all of your other stuff, right? You've got a picture over here. I was asked about the background image today, so you can put one. I'm not sure exactly where it shows, but I will find out for you guys, because yes, that one I didn't know for a change. My location is Greece. I'm not there right this second, but that's where I stay. I'm just visiting South Africa for a week, but I'll be there next week. So, you know, that's my main place I'm staying. then something about you over here, your experience. And what's really nice over here is you have an autoresponder. When somebody connects with you, they get a little message. So you can say whatever you'd like. Now, a lot of our partners, like Chad Pope, for example, they put a Calendly link in there. So if somebody wants to do a call, they can jump on a call with them. So that's a nice place to already, when somebody connects with you, say, hey, why would I have an introductory call with me or something like that? Then what we've got over here is we've got the welcome page URL. So if you've got, for example, my business is called Michelle is Your Coach, right? Not everybody has a business that's like very individualized like Lisa or myself, right? But if you have something like that, or any kind of welcome page or web page or something like that, you can stick it over here. The only catch to this is you have to follow these instructions. So please follow the instructions. There's a little button here. It tells you exactly what to do. It tells you you need specific certificates. It needs that. You've got this little wording here, so it gives you a copy of it. So follow the instructions, because if you don't, then your web page doesn't load correctly, and then we get lots of complaints about that kind of stuff. So just follow the points, yeah? And then lo and behold, you just click update. So boom, and then your profile is done, right? And you can see that took me probably and I talked through it, so it took not even 5 minutes, right? So take the effort, make it, do it, right? Now, if you were logging on to Genius U for the first time, you would come into this space. So they'd give you your settings, and you can see here's your profile, you can change your password, you merge your account, things like that. Now, the first thing is you can choose your genie. Now, I chose Steel Sandra because I've got blonde hair and I don't have dark hair or green hair or no hair. So I chose Sandra. You can choose whoever you want. And your genie now becomes your genie in a pocket, and it gives you certain notifications, right? You can also check over here. This is where your email subscriptions and your things are like that. So if you don't want to receive stuff, you just click on the relevant things. If somebody's been really horrible to you, or you can block them over here, same kind of thing. We all seen that before. But this is then where you scroll down. Now, the next section over here, it's really, B1G1 is one of our co-partners, and it's about giving impacts. And one of the big things in today's world is why are you doing what you're doing? What is your purpose? Why are you here? Why do you wake up every day, right? And what are you giving back? So often these are the kind of things that make a difference in companies now, because people want to see, what are you doing in the world to make a difference? So B1G1 is one of those platforms. You can welcome to go and take a look at it. And then you can see there's some stuff missing on my profile, apparently. So I should actually go and update it, but it'll give you that little notice. Yes. And then here you can see underneath that there's your password changes and stuff like that. This bottom section, don't delete your account, because that's a problem. Right. So everybody cool with your profile? You think you can do that? Easy, huh?
Are there other avatars, or is that it?
At the moment, those are the only ones. So Eileen, I'm sorry, like you kind of have to choose one. But you'll see why when you do all the profiling tests and you do the Genius test, you'll kind of resonate with one of them. So, you know, I think over time there'll probably be more, but for now, make it work. Yeah. All right. Awesome. So the next step here is really about your company. Yeah. So what we want to be doing is we also want to be able to find your company if you have a company, right? So for example, where would I go to find companies? If I go under Connect over here, you can see there's a button that says companies. Okay, amazing. Let me go and check out the companies. Now, if you don't have a company right now, don't panic. Not the end of the world, as long as you've got your profile up, right? And people can find your face and they can search for you. Because I'm going to give you a tip now where people will search for you, where they'll find you, that kind of stuff. So here, this is a list of companies, right? You can go through here and you can see which companies are on Genius U. There's plenty over here. Here's one in Cape Town, Debbie Taylor. She's been on here for a while, B1G1. And each one of them will got rankings, yes? So let's say, for example, I wanted to look at Atlanta, yeah? And I wanted to see which companies were in Atlanta. I could apply this, right? And lo and behold, it should give me some companies, right? If I don't know why it hasn't. Maybe I've chosen the wrong selection, but maybe I need to do Georgia. I don't know. Where are you, Lisa?
Try Georgia, because it's probably, Atlanta's huge. I mean, the Atlanta area is huge.
Atlanta is huge. All right, let's try
Georgia.
Yeah, Atlanta.
No, just try Georgia. Well, it won't let you.
Georgia. Georgia.
I don't know. Mine may say Loganville. I don't know, but
maybe this one.
Yeah, just do Georgia and let's see if we see anybody.
Let's see if we see anybody in Georgia. Maybe we do. Oh my word,
company
nobody's here today.
My company should be there. I'm not sure why it's not.
Oh my gosh, there's clearly a problem. We're going to have to go back and check. Oh my word. Well, let's look for Lisa. Maybe we'll find her, right? Here's Lisa.
There you go.
Lisa, we've got to find you now, right?
Absolutely.
Well, I don't know where you are.
There I am,
Lisa
right
Marshall's
there.
mentoring.
There you
I
go.
just chose the wrong thing or something's not working. So I'll go and check it, right? So guys, like I say, there are challenges. Sometimes things don't work, but this is a system where we'll always come and fix it and we'll take a look. But yes, sometimes it's a bit of a challenge when you want to find something if something doesn't work, but don't give up so quickly because it's not worth giving up, right? There's amazing stuff in this particular platform. So if you want to follow Lisa, you just follow, you click on here, you can give her a review. Good night, my love. Sorry, guys. So this is what you would then be doing over here. Now, if you don't have a company, so for example, you can see here, this is my company over here, Michelle is your coach. There is a bit of a challenge where it's not linking correctly on my side. So Lisa, it could be the same thing. I must just check it because it didn't work this morning for me. So it could be there's a slight bug, but you can see this is my company. I've got 2 amazing reviews. One of them happens to be from Lisa for my company, right? And you can see this, it just is the same kind of thing. You can edit your company details once you put it in. You can do all of this. You can put your information and it's good, right? It's a good thing to have your details in here. So when we go back to companies, if we haven't done one, right? We just create a company. You click on here. Yeah. It's a really simple interface. Similar kind of thing. What company type? Now, company type, there's so many, guys. You can be arts, you can be building materials, you can be design, you can be in financial services, legal, machinery, pharmaceuticals, wireless, veterinary. It doesn't really matter, right? You've got a whole list to choose from, and you can put it over there. The description of your company, your logo, your images, your website. This is now great because you've got a little box here where you can put information in, and you can see you've got like your normal wording things that you can align it, you can make it bold, strike it through, you can put a formatting, you can put a table, you can put a picture, etc., etc. You can even choose a color. Check that. You can even choose purple. So if you wanted to write everything in purple, you would write it in purple, right? And then here you would put your purpose. Now, the purpose is important, right? Sometimes you have a bigger organization and your purpose is different to your personal purpose. But for me, my personal purpose, right? You can see over here, one of them is partnership for the goals. So because my company is my company and there's nobody else in it, my company also has a very similar purpose. So you guys can decide, and as you're working through your purposes and stuff like that, what you're up to, and you put that in because people will search for that kind of thing. Like I said, it's really important to have a big why and what you're here to do, right? This is what people want to see nowadays, specifically, yeah? Here's your welcome page, right? And again, instructions, and then you can put some information, your Facebook, Twitter, and your location. And that is literally as simple as it gets when it puts your company in. So, you know, I really suggest you guys really do it. It's going to take you 10 minutes, right? Have your pictures ready, do it, make sure people can find you, because I think it would be really amazing to see more of you having your profiles. Is everybody good? Are you all like following? Happy still? Yes? All right. Anything so far that I need to know, Lisa, before I carry on?
No, it's
Michelle,
great.
I'm sure that you said this, but on the create the company, on the name, is it my name or the company name?
On your company name, it would be your company name, right? Because
well,
why would you
want
want
name? It just this name on the create a company, right? When you go into the it just this name. So is that the company name or my name?
Well, there's a little info box next to it that I've just highlighted, right?
Oh,
and it
okay.
says write the full name of your company you wish to create.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. So this would be your company name. This is specifically for your company page. Yeah. Okay. Your own profile is over here, and that's then what you would do. So this is definitely your company name, right? So yours would be your blue dragonfly.
Yeah, blue dragonfly.
right? So it would be blue dragonfly that you would put over here. Yeah. Okay.
Thanks.
Awesome. All righty. Okay. So next steps. Whoop, whoop. Adding products. Now, remember, some of you don't have specific products yet. And one of the things that we want to be doing is when you're talking about your identity and you're building things like this, you might want to consider your journey, right? What is it that you want your customers to experience before you just throw products in there? So maybe you want to have a free navigation call. Maybe you want to have a little assessment. Maybe you want to have a download of an e-guide or something, right? You don't have to have a product that's priced at something, right? If you don't have a product, don't just make up a product. Actually put it into your plan and make sure it's part of something that's your journey. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to product, firstly, people don't just buy stuff. They like to buy stuff, right? But often they buy stuff at a really cheap point, or they get a free download first and they build trust with you before they start purchasing, right? So, you know, you're going to have to do a bit of work when you put your products up. And that's why the first step is actually your profile, connecting with people, that kind of thing on the platform, so you can build up a bit of trust, right? Yes, it's good to have your product so people can see, but most of the time when you've got a product, it's like people want to meet you first and have a discussion around it before, because they don't know you. Yeah. So again, it's different businesses, it's different things. Some people just buy something and they test it. Like Donna and I were having this conversation. We test all kinds of products. And then if something happens and it's good, then we carry on. If it's crappy, we don't, right? So keep that in mind as you're putting your products together, but it must fit into a particular journey that you're putting together as well. So let's go to the product side. So you guys have this. So when we go into our products, right? Now, you've set up your company over here. And what happens is you get an automatic circle that's set up as a company circle. So my ultimate recommendation is in this circle over here. We're just going to click into it for now first. In your company circle, this is linked specifically to your business. I'm sorry, it's a little slow for whatever reason. Doop, doop. Maybe it goes faster. I don't know. Sorry, guys. My internet is obviously a bit slow. All right. So when we have this, you've got two buttons at the top here. You've got a little share button and you've got a settings button, right? The settings button, if you click on this, right, you see here, there's a edit your circle. So you go into this company circle of yours and you can make adjustments. So you can see here, my circle is called Michelle is your coach. The circle type is a company circle. My company should be listed here, Michelle is your coach. Like I said, there's an error on my profile because I have so many, because I also work with Genius U and I have a profile there, and it's just caused havoc today. So needless to say, yours should be there and it's quite easy to find. If you haven't created your company, you can create it, but in this point, your company should have been created already. Your location, again, I should have changed this, but I'm just going to leave it because I'm just causing errors on my profile. Your description, right? You've got a couple of pictures that you can put in, your logos, things like that. Again, your welcome page over here with the instructions. Now, what is really, really nice, yes, is here, there's this new function over here. It says your onboarding tab, yeah? So what this means is it means when somebody clicks to your company page, right, you could tell them what your next steps are. You could give them a download. You could say, here's a link to do the next thing. You can write down a little content. So you can either add a web page for your content, or you can write your own content, or you've got nothing, right? It doesn't matter. Anybody can join your circle and they don't get an instruction, which is not recommended. So don't do what I did. Do what I'm saying, right? But I'm teaching you now because this is a good thing. And this is one of the features that have been added in because it wasn't there. It's actually been one of the new features. So a lot of us oldies on the platform haven't done it because we're behind in the times now with the changes. So now we're getting a chance to update. Then there's three little buttons at the bottom here. One is automatically confirm your new requests to join a circle. Now, what you want to do is if you've got an open circle where you want many people to come in, I would highly recommend that you have it automatically confirmed, because otherwise you'd be on Genius U and your poor 15 minutes will be about accepting everybody into your circle, right? Whereas this is a place where what would you put in your company circle? It would be information about your company, about what you're doing, what your big purpose is, how you're making a difference, customer stories, things that are interesting for people to find out about, right? I would have an onboarding journey that would say, you know, find out what we're doing, and this is where we're doing a big drive. Like if we were Entrepreneur Resorts and we were doing in Bali the turtle run or something like that, I would put something like that on. You know, this is information that you want to put about your business. I mean, Lisa does amazing posts on Instagram, actually, I think, or is it Facebook? I can't remember, but on the moon stuff and, you know, what's happening in your business. I would put those kind of posts here also, because I think it would be really super interesting for people to find out more about your company. Yeah. Then you've got a button that says activate store. So I'd like you to activate your store in your company circle, because then your products are all visible to customers and it's an open thing and everybody can see them. And you can see I've made mine a public circle over there. So all you do is you click update and that is then done. Yes. So from a component point of view, is this then by clicking that product button, what it does here is it creates a menu bar at the top and it adds products onto the right side here. So in your company circle, if you've got events for your company, you can put them here. You can put a library of information specifically, like maybe, I don't know, maybe your company purpose document or something that you want everybody to share, you know, something you can put in the library. Your products would be then listed over here. Now, my product is not listed, I'm going to tell you already, because there's a problem and it's not linked. However, right, if you search for it, everything's there. But what I want to show you is if you go into the store is, there's a little search button here. And then here, there is also a little shopping cart. So if you click on the shopping cart over there, you get to something that is called the store, right? Now, the store over here is where you would be able to find other people's stuff. Now you can see this menu on the left-hand side here. Now I know we're going into creating our products, but just bear with me because there's a story behind here. It's just like following through so we know where we're going. But here you can see here are what you want to do, all kinds of products. You can choose per mentor if you want. You can choose per purpose. You can choose company. You can choose entrepreneur level. Mine is always set at scale up for whatever strange reason that is. I don't know. But needless to say, you just check in what yours is. Like I say, my profile has got a complete bug in it completely. I see Cat's products is here now. You know, there's a whole bunch of a review, a digital journey journal here. There's a whole bunch of other stuff, but you can search and you can put stuff together. So when you go, for example, and you go here and you select me, let's do mine for today. All right. Hopefully it appears. I think it would. But you can see I have tons of products that I set up because I put a lot of products previously before they changed my profiling that were on my personal profile for the company. So you can see that. But here you can see I have a mentoring product over here, right? So it's just simple, but the big thing here is whatever it says. Now I need to go back into this because I forgot to tell everybody about it the last time. But what you want to be doing is in your product, when you're setting it up, and I'll show you how to do that now, is you want to be talking about your 5 Ps, which is what is the problem? What is the promise? Why do you have this? What is the problem it's solving? You know, these kind of things about your product so that people can see what it is. I would also add in a few reviews in my product description because really it's an interface again, and it's a pretty simple interface to do. So, breath. If we go to, where am I? No, sorry, go back to the store. Click on the store. When in doubt, click on the store and go shopping. So over here, either what you can do is when you're in your circle, no, mine doesn't work, but you can create a product straight from here. So you just click on create product. And here you can see you can link it to a particular circle. So I'm a host of a couple of different circles. So let's say, for example, I would go to Michelle as your coach, right? I want to create a product over here. Yeah. I can either create a new circle or I can put it over here. And here you see it's an interface. Yes. It also, I just want to tell you that is take a tour if you're really, really stuck and you don't remember what I've told you over this like microschool. You can always go back and watch a little video about it. Right. You can see here my circle, my name, the link to my company. So again, Michelle is your coach. Do I want to attach it to a circle? Whatever I want to do, the categories. So let's say, for example, it's a certification or it's a membership or it's a mentoring product, right? You can see here, there's a whole bunch of things that you can mentoring program. Add the categories because when people are searching for it and they're looking for something that's a membership or a certification, or they're looking for whatever you decide, right? They're looking for a book, or they're looking for a cash flow, or they're looking for education, or whatever it might be, right? Click as many of them as you need to over here, because jewelry, for example, you want people to be able to search and find your product based on the criteria you put in. Your entrepreneur level again. Now, again, your products, it depends on what kind of business you are. Are you serving leaders? Are you serving companies? Are you serving startup, scale-up companies? Are you serving investors? Or are you just serving as a mentor to people? Or are you serving students? You can choose what it is over here, because also startup businesses would be searching for startup products like you saw earlier. So you want to be listing that correctly. So let's say I want to do a scale-up product. Yes. I put in scale up, and let's say I also want it to be leader, right? I can have both. I can have all of them if my product serves that need. So make sure that you know who your avatar is and what their problem is. And then this also helps when you're putting all of these little like words in, if you want to call it like that. Again, you've got information that you need to put in over here. It's not challenging. Here you've got a thank you message when somebody buys something. So thank you so much for purchasing my product. My team will be in contact with you tomorrow. Or here is the next step. Book your calendar link and your appointment to have your first welcome call with me, right? Catch this link. Is it online? Do you want to direct it to somewhere else once they've purchased? If you put draft, then it stays in draft, right? So we've had a lot of clients saying, oh my word, I can't find my product. It's because it's still in draft. Can we untick the box? So if it becomes real and you want us to approve it, untick the draft button. Price point, you've got, if you want to discount it, you've got your confirm your email address. I always put yes, send me an email when someone purchases it, because guys, even though I say get onto this 15 minutes every day, sometimes I struggle and I only get on really late. Whereas if I get an email and it notifies me that somebody's purchased, then I'm like, okay, cool. Let me make sure that they're looked after or that everything's working, because I'm a mechanic profile. So I'm always, wondering about those things. Then you've got your PayPal details. Now here you can use our standard refund policy, or you can put your own terms and conditions. It's really up to you, and you submit it, right? And when you submit it, oh, Tanya's going to kill me. I don't think I've put in enough things. Oh, goodness. Right? She's really, I'm just going to put test. Please delete after. Right? I think I'm supposed to put stuff in before but you guys know what I mean, right? It's online. My price is $1, and I'm submitting. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, you could also put it as a draft.
I could, but I want to show you some things, right?
Cool.
So the thing about it is, when you've got this, you can see here, when there's a space for editing and things like that, if it says draft, it's draft there, and you guys cannot edit this, right? So what we do is we actually go in over here and we check it. So this particular one, when Tanya sees this, or my dev team or someone sees this, they're going to go, okay, she was just playing around again, right? But once everything's approved, you can see it goes like this, and it ends up in the store. And that's what you're looking for. So we approve a couple of times a day, right? And if it's sitting at draft, then we definitely don't approve it. Yes. So that's the other catch over there. So keep in mind, we also hide some of our products. You can see somebody's already hidden this one, because I told them this morning I played with this one, right? So you can see they hide it once it's finished, because then they know I'm just messing around. But yeah, that's really where you do your products. Yes. And that's how you set them up. So let's have a break. Everybody okay with that?
Yeah, excellent. Excellent. Jack had a question. He wanted to know if he could ask it after you've explained a little bit. So you ready for a question?
Of course. Sure.
Hi, yeah, sorry to be a pain. It's with filling it out and you going onto your product bit and filling out your products. So with my business, it's a service, not a product. So could I still advertise my business on the page without putting products in?
So even though it says product, you could still offer a service, right? So for example, whatever it is. So let's say your service, give me an example what your service is. Sorry, I
dog
don't know
walking.
Dog walking. Oh yes, I did meet you in Michelle's house.
Yes.
Ah, now I know who you are.
I've had a shave since you've seen me. I look neat now.
True story, that. So you could, your product or service is the same thing, right? So you would put dog walking service, and you would put the descriptions, and you put everything in there. You would have a price point, obviously. Yep. But definitely, he does a great service, by the way. Amazing service. The dog is like really looked after. Anyway, there's a little bit of a pun for you. But yeah, you can use it for products or services, anything. It's just listed under products. But if I can want to find you in the store, another thing is also you can put a free consultation, for example, which is more of a service instead of a product. And you can load that. You just put a price point of 0. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Pleasure. All right. Awesome. Is that okay, Lisa? Anything else that's popped up?
Nope. That's great.
No? All right. Fantastic. Let's move on. Okay. Great. So what we've got next is we've got creating a community circle. Now you may say to me, Michelle, I just done this whole company circle. Why must I do another circle? What are all these circles for? Well, the thing about it is, like I said earlier, your company circle is really about information about your company and good things that are happening that you want to get awareness in about your company. And you can always direct people from your company circle into your community circle. Now, one of the things is, like I said at the beginning of the call, we want to create community. We want to build tribes. We want to get people to connect. Yes. So having a community circle is very much like having a Facebook group or a Facebook page or something like that, where people can interact, right? And what you're looking to do there is you're looking to give them education. You're looking to give them inspiration. You're also looking to possibly, now you need to do it 3 motivational posts or 3 inspirational or educational posts before you invite them to something, right? So your 4th post every time is an invitation to something, 4th or 5th post, because it's about value add. So I want my community to come to an event in Dallas, for example, right? So why do they want to talk about Dallas? Why do they want to come to the event? What are the events for? So there's value adds, and there's a little chat about that going. And then, there's conversation. And then only on the 4th or 5th post, there's like, hey, come and join us at this event. So it's a similar kind of posting schedule that you want to be having in a community circle. And it's there for your tribe to connect and chat and have fun and, connect with each other. Now, sometimes people don't do it greatly, right? But you have to be a trusted and inspired leader. You have to go first, right? You have to do this if you want to get your business out there. It doesn't come overnight that people just go, yes, I want to follow Lisa, or yes, I want to follow Michelle. It takes years of building community and getting your name out there. It doesn't happen in a spark. You got to put some effort in, right? It would be amazing if everything came from nothing, but it doesn't. Yes, you got to put some effort in. You got to, if you want to make your identity out there, right? So amazingly enough, you build this circle. You can have 2 types of community circles or product circles if you want, or whatever you want to call it on that side, but I prefer community circles. One is an open community circle, right? Where it's anybody who wants to come into your community and learn. It's like in that followers community space where you're building up and warming up your tribe. You can also have a closed community circle, which is only for people who particularly purchased your products or something like that, right? So you can decide how you want to build this on. But it's actually very similar like before. So it's not a big complicated exercise. You go here, under connect, again, you go to circles. Yeah. And what you do over here is, I know it's not as clear as the company page, but it will get better. But over here, you can see there's an orange box on the right-hand side, and it says create new circle. So you just click on create new circle. You put a name of your circle. So you can see these are the ones we've been playing with previously. Genius, you remember. Then you've got over here a community circle. So you can see there's many different types of circles. You guys have all joined a micro degree circle right now, but we want to build a tribe. So we want to do a community circle. You link it to your specific company, right? Or you create your company like we talked about. And again, everything here is the same. It's an interface, follow the instructions, and it's all good. Also, again, there's an onboarding tab for your circle. So thanks for joining my community. The first thing in your community, so on Facebook, I have something, ask a few questions. How can we help you? How can we support? You would put the same kind of onboarding journey here for your community circle. What are the things you want to know? Where can we help and support you, right? again, you can choose to automatically do this, or you can activate your store here. But like I said, you know, put your store on something that's, you know, an open circle. Rather keep it on your company because people can see your products there and it's kind of an easier flow, but you can decide, you can still put products here. It's not an issue. So what I want to show you actually is one of our community circles. Ooh, I can't spell. This is testing your spelling ability, right? So you can see here, we've got a Entrepreneur 5.0. These are the events that we're happening at the moment at the end of the month. So you can see this is our circle. Now we don't have products linked over here, okay? But you can see on the welcome page, it loads the landing page, right? It comes in over there and everything fits. And then we've got a discussions page over here. Now, the one thing that I really, really like you guys to do is actually put a welcome post, right? Now, what do I mean by a welcome post? When people come in and the first thing they see is this. It's like, hey guys, welcome. Come and join our place. Come and play with us. Come and have a glass of champagne. Come and, you know, come and walk your dog with me, right? Come and jump into Dallas. Yes, whatever it is. And then people will start chatting on there. You can pin it at the top here so that it never disappears. And then other posts go below it, right? And these posts, we post in multiple circles so you can tag, right? And you can see everybody gets to learn about different things. There's knowledge sharing. It comes in, right? So this is what you want to be doing, and you want to be having a circle where people can actually start chatting, yeah? You've also got what events are happening in your community circle. You've got degrees. Now, what degrees are, it's about like something that you guys are doing now. You're doing almost like a degree, micro degree, where you're going through certain steps. You want them to do that. You've got reviews of your circle. You've also got a library where you can store content. So once you've done an event like this, for example, you can put the recording and load it in as a YouTube or Vimeo file, right? So that works very nicely on that side. So that's really like setting up a community circle. And I really, you know, I think we should use it a lot more, to be perfectly honest, and add a lot more value added content. But it does take effort. Like I said, every 15 minutes a day, every day, every 15 minutes. Sorry, it's getting late. Tagging my words. All right. So the last point before we get to questions is we're going to talk about reviews. Why do you want reviews? Right? Now, reviews, what it does is it tells other people when they're searching for somebody what is amazing about a particular individual or a company or a product or something like that. So this is a giving and receiving thing, right? When somebody's done something amazing for you, definitely go and give them an accolade, give them a reward, like give them a review, right? This is somewhere where you can acknowledge somebody, and it takes, you know, doing something nice takes kindness is like 3 seconds, right, Lisa? Something like that. So do something nice for someone else. Review them if they've done something amazing for you. Yeah. If you've had a great call with somebody and you've really enjoyed it, give them a review. Give your mentors, your leaders, your facilitators, your colleagues, find a way to acknowledge them. And that's what this is about, right? So if we go on to Genius U, where do I go and do that? All right. So if you go onto your profile, it's over here, right? You can see underneath there's reviews, right? So over here, I can see my own reviews. I can't give myself a review. Thanks, Vanessa, for my review. I appreciate it. I know you're on the call again today. So you can see you've got some reviews and stuff like that over there. Now, if I go and I say, okay, I want to go and check out Lisa, right? I can search for Lisa and she's there. Now, you can only give reviews, like I said, to other people. So if you go over here, you click on her reviews, yeah? And you can take a squizzy, and then you can see how amazing she is. She's awesome. And you can click on here and you can say new review, yeah? And over here, this is what I did the last time, right? She gave me an amazing mentoring session. That's what Lisa does. And you can see it stores what my last one is. So if I wanted to do a new one, I would just type over it and I would update, right? So it's really a good idea to go and give your mentors, facilitators, colleagues a review, yeah, because it makes them feel loved. Now, why is that important? Well, if you go to the list of mentors over here, you can see this is sometimes a bit of a bribery and corruption state, right? Just saying. Roger sometimes bribery and corrupts to get to number 2. So just wink, wink, nudge, nudge. He did it the other day on one of our calls or like a while back. It was quite funny actually. But you can see here are the latest rankings. Lisa and I are always fighting between 3 and 4, so it's just the way life goes. Right? So it's one of those kind of vibes, but it's all good, right? It's a healthy competition. But what you can do is you can definitely go and see the mentors that you want to be working with, and you can actually see why they're so amazing, right? So this is it's an important thing. But you can also see the guys who put a little bit more effort into their profiles and put more stuff around. They've got more products, more circles, you know, that kind of thing. So you can see Laura's here. She's another one of our facilitators. And the more reviews you have, and there's obviously criteria behind the scenes on this of what ranks you up to the top, but you can definitely go and do reviews. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is Genius U in a little bit of a nutshell. Yes.
That's great. Absolutely great, Michelle. Seriously. So I want to just add something about reviews. One of the things that Michelle Clark said to me when I was getting going on Genius U is go get in the top 10 or top 10, top 20, because it really does give you visibility on Genius U. And it really matters that they're 5-star reviews. You see, I actually have more reviews than Michelle Nolting. But somebody gave me a 4-star review, not a 5-star, a 4-star. And that 4-star dropped my ranking in Genius U. So it really does matter how you contribute. And it's really nice when you give somebody a review and they give you one back too. I mean, that's a really nice way. But it does matter. You getting your face up there, your review count up, it makes a very big difference. So are there any questions before we close off the day? And then we'll stay for Q&A, Michelle and I, but I just want to actually do our official close in case anybody has to go. Great reminder for me to finish my company profile, Christy. Yes, yes, yes. And I just want to say thank you, Susan, for the thing about today's lessons might not be open on the micro degree path. They did open them this morning. I saw them, but they're having problems with our micro degree right now. The development team is working on it.
I love the way you said that just quietly.
They will figure it out eventually. That's why we had trouble with the submissions today. So they are working on it. So yeah, no matter the ranking, the message and text makes all the difference. Okay, so any other questions? Like Michelle, I thought this was super helpful. Honestly, when people first get started on Genius U, these questions matter, and that people understand how to use it really does make a huge, huge difference. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So I dropped in some reviews, and I'm pretty sure that Michelle Nolting will give you a review back if you review her. I know I will. And we're all about driving Donna on up the charts there too. So Susan, you've got a question. Go ahead and unmute yourself and ask it.
Yeah, just one question, Michelle. So so when I set up my company on Genius U, I created the circle, but I didn't create the company page. I have no idea why I didn't do it that way, because when you create the company page, it automatically creates a circle behind it. So I was going to go in and create the company page, but now I'm afraid that if I create a company page now, it's going to conflict or overwrite my circle page, which has been going for like over a year. It's got a whole bunch of stuff on it. So I'm just thinking maybe not bother creating a company page. So
no, I think it doesn't override it, right? It keeps what you currently have. So if it does, it'll create an additional circle and you can change that to something, but it actually doesn't override what you currently got, because some of us, remember, the system is upgraded over time. So before, what happened is you would have to actually go and manually create, Siri's talking to me. You would have to manually create everything. And then what it would do is then, you you'd go and do your company and you'd do all of that. And because no offense, have been around the block like we have for a while, it didn't automatically. And that was one of the updates that we did, was that when you set up your company, you automatically get a company circle done, because we found that it was easier that way instead of letting people try and struggle through this process. Yeah. So you won't lose
that's
anything.
good.
Don't panic.
Okay, I'll go ahead and
Beautiful.
create a company page. Cool.
Awesome.
Great. Katrina asked, if a company has 2+ founders, can they create one company and attach both founders to that company?
So what you do is you just, you create that circle, and then you'd actually have your circle and you'd have 2 leaders in that, right? At the end of the day, to create 2 people's profiles linked to the company is a bit challenging. So they are working on that from a development point of view, but in your circle, you have 2 leaders and you can highlight both of the leaders in your company. But at the moment, it is something that we have to do additional development on, you know?
Beautiful, thank you. And Miss Eileen, you have a question. Ellen.
Thank
Eileen.
you. I was curious, this is a question about reviews. I don't quite understand. So if I leave a review for, let's say I would leave a review for Michelle, why would she review me back? What could she say? Thank you for my review.
It's a really great question, right? So the thing is, for me, this is a part where there's authenticity attached to it, right? And in that space, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say it, number one, right? But the second space is, if you have been working, like, for example, Lisa's been working with you the whole week. She gets to know you while you're working together. So when you do these kind of spaces, there is a reciprocal, right? So for example, if I haven't worked with you, I don't know what to say about you, correct? So this makes it difficult for me to give a review. So what I'd do is I'd go and look at your profile, and I'd go and catch you on a little bit of stalking, do you on Facebook, see what you do. And then I'd actually see if I could find something that I liked about you, right? That I could say. I tried to do that. But if I don't have something, I can't give a return review, right? So it's not that I don't want to, it's just that for me, it's an authenticity thing too. So it's reciprocal, yes, but that's where you guys need to make your own choices in this space.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And forgive me. If I sounded like I always do that, certainly when somebody's in a program that I'm facilitating. No, I have a lot of reviews that I haven't done a review back. They're either not really on Genius U and participating, or they just left me a review. But if somebody's in a program of mine and I kind of know them, I will absolutely also go give a review back. No. It's definitely not a competition, but it is fun to see how we're doing and to compete with yourself, like how many more reviews might I get at a certain point in time. So it's pretty fun. So Michelle, last thing you want to say before I kind of close off our day? Did you have another question, Eileen?
Do you have another question, Eileen? No?
Okay.
Guys, again, I think it's just about be authentic in what you're doing, use the platform in the best way. The one thing I do want to say, though, is if you don't want to be selling products or anything like that, I'm just going to share my screen one more time, Lisa, if that's okay.
Sure.
If we go onto the platform again, I just want to show you guys one thing. If I go back to my profile, and this is not to highlight how much I've done, it's because when I started, I use this platform as an education thing, which is actually what it's about. There's so much knowledge on here. There's so much stuff that you can learn. Any coaching, mentoring, business, there's so many micro degrees on here that are amazing to use. And you can see here are some of the missions that I've done. But if you go down and you scroll, for example, here are things that I've started and I'm learning, and here's things that I've completed. And there's so much amazing information in here. So even if you go and you find amazing information and you go to some of the micro degrees that I've completed or Lisa's completed, you guys, there's amazing stuff, right? One of my favorite micro degrees is actually Your Legacy. I love that one. It actually resonated everything about wealth and talent dynamics for me. And it's such an old micro degree, but it's so amazing and it's so applicable. So guys, go and search for the learnings and go and search about your giving impacts and do things, use the platform, even if you don't have products on it. Use it as an education base for yourself, because I believe that you're only as good as everything that you pump inside of you, right? So you really want to be learning and using the information and applying it and taking it and moving it forward. So Lisa, that's my last sentence. Long sentence.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And it really does matter. I mean, I have taken so many of the micro degrees and been in micro schools here. It really does make a difference. And everybody, what a great day we've had. Just what a great day. And I want to just remind you, you're doing your identity assessment, which are those 10 questions that are part of your submission. You're doing your 1-sentence identity statement, and it's just what it is right now. It doesn't have to be forever. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just what comes to you right now. And then set up your profile and your circles on Genius U. And then, you know, Donna suggests buy your own personal website domain. This is really an action to do. If you don't have your personal domain, then set it up. And I want to say great work from everybody today. Phenomenal time with Donna. Michelle, what a treat to have you here. Oh my goodness, what a treat, what a treat. And we're going to officially close, and then in like 1 second we're going to stop the record, and then we're going to come back for Q&A. Okay, like I think we could take 1 minute quickie bio break and then come back for Q&A. You all okay with that? All right, so this is our official close for today. You can stop this recording. Michelle, thank you. We'll be back literally, I mean it, in exactly 1 minute. I'll see you back in 1 minute.
Don't be late.
Okay. All right. Great work, everybody. I won't. I promise. I'll be right back, everybody. Okay. And then we'll start with Q&A. Okay.